I hope he doesn't get the sickness.
My boy Kurt is a stay-at-home dad, watching Disney movies he never had. His daughter digs through all the VHS, crushing the classics in a princess dress. Informed like Scuttle, Kurt's got your ticket, making it real like Jiminy Cricket. Most off the Captain Hook, but if the Tweedle dumb, he'll be taking more shots than Bambi's mom. Leaves him raised like Simba, or cracked like the beast dishes. He'll show you a whole new world, you won't need 3 wishes. Stay-at-home Disney dad.
Yeah, I knew this day would come. The sequel to the infamous Rescuers, the movie that traumatized me as a child.
They put a child in a bucket and they lower her into a hole in the ground.
Yep. Not excited for
They
this.
put Penny in a bucket and lower her in a hole.
One of the biggest takeaways from this journey through the VHS library has been realizing Disney sequels are unfairly skewered, and other than that unforgivable abomination called Belle's Magical World, most sequels have been really good if you're willing to watch with an open mind. That being said, I have no idea how you write a second chapter to The Rescuers. I mean, if nothing else, this sequel has to at least make you feel better than the first one, right? But to be fair, getting kicked in the would make you feel better than watching Rescuers 1. Okay, Rescuers 2, or Rescuers Down Under, or Rescuers Down Under. Yeah, bring on the Australian stereotypes this week, and no, I'm not going to do the accent for the full review. Full disclosure, though, I watched this one and took notes probably 6 months ago and kind of forgot to record it, so it's not 100% fresh in my mind like most movies I review. Regardless, let's see what happens. I press play. A little blonde kid who looks like my son used to look runs into the forest, and a wise kangaroo tells him the gold eagle is in trouble. Crazy out of the gates. I love it. I also wrote casino here with a question mark, and I have no idea why. That means nothing to me. The Kid Rock climbs at night, and I have to point out I'm really digging this animation style. No other Disney movie I've seen so far looks like this. This kid scales the wall and he frees the tangled gold eagle. The Gold Eagle Casino. The Gold Eagle Casino is a West Central Saskatchewan entertainment destination located in North Battleford along the Yellowhead Highway. Neither here nor there. Just want to make myself laugh. The kid untangles the eagle but then falls to his death, but no, the newly freed eagle swoops down and saves him. I'm still not sure if this is a dream sequence or if we're just jumping right into the plot like shrimp on a bobby. But as you all know, I'm all about the animation style, and so far the animation style of this movie is worth more to me than the story, so it's already punching above its weight. Yeah, punching above its weight like a boxing kangaroo that used to tour with Australian carnivals and you could pay money to box one or else other people box them. I don't know, I'm too lazy to look it up, but that's something that happened on Australian carnivals. This eagle is the size of a bus. A nice try. Australia, I know your spiders and snakes and weird ostrich looking birds are legit supersized, but your eagles are on scale with the rest of ours. On his way home, the boy finds a mouse tied up with a bell around his neck. Now don't fall for it, kid, but he does. He touches the mouse and the booby trap is sprung and he ends up in a pit which the kid can't climb out of for some reason. I guess because it's not a mountain like what he just climbed 5 minutes ago, like an expert climber. Some bad driving a Mad Max vehicle comes to see what he's caught. It's a man with a shotgun, which he points at the child in the pit. This is a grown man, and he's terrifying. We're back at it. We're covering this movie with all sorts of darkness. What is it with Rescuers movies? The writers hate children. That's all I can think of. Have we had adults pointing guns at kids' faces in any other Disney movie other than Rescuers 1 and 2? Okay, false alarm. He offers the kid the end of his shotgun to pull himself out of the pit. But still, come on. So uncomfortable. He finds the eagle feather the kid got from the golden eagle, and he asks where he got the eagle, where the eagle is, and then he tells the kid not to worry because he already killed the father eagle, and now he wants to kill the mother eagle. Now he vaguely threatens to feed the kid to a swamp of crocodiles if he doesn't help him find the eagle again. The mouse sees this and gets on the mouse helpline, and the distress signal goes all the way to the USA, and I'm pumped to see Bernard and the girl, Bianca. This is a pretty good sequence of the message traveling across the globe by Little Mice Inventions. Alright, the news finally hits New York. Bianca and Bernard are on a date, and Bernard is still a bumbler, and he's about to ask her to marry him, but he drops the ring as bumblers do. Man, if they make a Rescuers 3, I hope it takes place when Bianca is going into labor, so the writers can just challenge themselves to see how stupid they can write a male character, because whenever anybody's wife or girlfriend goes into labor, every male character immediately becomes an A-plus bumbler. So I'd like to see what levels of bumble they could come up with if Bernard was about to be a dad. Oh, the waiter, which is a cockroach, sanitary, tells Bianca that there's an emergency mission they need to go on. To my older viewers, this is a Three's Company mix-up. To my middle-aged, my average-age viewers, this is a Friends mix-up. To my younger viewers, this is a, I don't know, PewDiePie mix-up. I don't know what kids watch these days. But Bernard, ever the bumbler, thinks she's nodding and agreeing to marry him, but she's actually agreeing to go on the mission. Wah, wah, wah. They go see their airplane bird friend, and I'm kind of pumped to see him again. I have a soft spot for reunions. Oh wait, this bird isn't the original bird. It's that bird's brother. Okay, if this is a secret mouse society that can afford a secret hall and a computer system, communication system that runs worldwide, why don't they have any money for proper airfare? They recycle the scene from the first movie where the bird bumbles and grabs the map and tries to book a trip for months from now and does a spit take when they tell him they need to leave right now. Back to the poacher, whose name is McLeach, has kidnapped the boy, and he's taking him back to his lair and sings this little song. This is what he sings to the kid, quote, "Home, home on the range, where the critters are tied up in chains. I cut through their sides and I rip off their hides, and the next day I do it again." You know, watching these as an adult messes with my mind. The adult male in me gets a kick out of how irresponsible Disney can be at times. It's humorous, but as a parent, I'm horrified. As a child who's horrified by the bucket scene in the first one, I'm still horrified by this. He is a child in a cage and he's singing about killing things while he has them chained up. Forward we go. Rescuers too, everyone. Australian mouse Bernard and Bianco radio back and forth with him. He says the bird is too large to land here, and then he calls them crazy Yanks. He uses a bra as a slingshot to slow the bird down when it lands, and that's uncomfortable. I'm also curious what Australian people call a bra, right? The Australian mouse calls them crazy Yanks again, and I feel like that's an actual discriminatory slang term for Americans, right? Isn't yank, like, offensive? Anyway, the new Australian mouse sees Bianca and he's smitten. Yikes! Bernard's about to realize he's a 2 to her 9, and that's going to be some thick Vegemite to swallow, friend. Don't laugh at that, you're better than that. The bird is injured in the landing, and there's a bizarre scene where some creepy old school looking mice and nurses use a machine gun to shoot him with needles, as they do in Australia. Jake is the Australian mouse who's fit and handsome and confident and charming and is everything Bernard isn't. He starts moving on Bianca. He does the timeless, "You and your husband?" Uh-oh, Bernard should have wrapped this up long ago. We cut to the lair of McLeach, and I swear to God, if he puts that kid in a bucket and starts putting him into the ground, I'm out of here. I'm turning this off. No, just no. Oh, instead he just ties the kid up against a map and he's throwing knives at him. I'm serious. Bernard starts feeling the heat both figuratively and mentally and tries again to ask Bianca to marry him. Being only 40 minutes into this movie, I'm gonna guess it's unsuccessful. And yep, Jake wrestling a snake interrupts them and Bernard accidentally hits the water. I don't know what that means, but that's what I wrote 6 months ago. The kid gets locked in an animal cage in the basement with a bunch of animals who talk and joke about how they're all leaving as belts and wallets. Dark! They MacGyver an escape plan in 3 minutes and it works, but the poacher's lizard catches them and they remain captive. Jake, Bernard, and Bianca are now riding fireflies, and poor Bernard can't even do that right. Okay, pause. How did someone so inept at everything manage to get such a high rank as a rescuer? He was a janitor at the beginning of the first one, and he helped rescue Penny. That's all. That's it. That's all it took for them to trust Bernard with these other huge cases. I mean, I guess. Back to the bizarre side story of the albatross bird plane needing medical attention. He wakes up with his head in a vice, and the mice are revving a chainsaw. Understandably, he freaks out, and he busts out, and he flies away, and that was the payoff? What was the joke? That the Australian medical system is so inept you'll probably die if you need surgery there? Or did they realize it's been over 3 minutes since they did something that guaranteed nightmares for our younger viewers, and they had to force in another uncomfortable scene here just to make the quota? McLeach wants to eat eggs and notices one's missing. He asks his lizard Joanna if she ate one. She shakes her head no, and she opens her mouth and there's an egg in her mouth. "Those aren't Joanna eggs," he barks, and that's actually pretty funny. Back in the cage, a lizard gets free, and I'm suddenly amazed at how many characters there are in this movie that I've never seen or heard of before. I wonder if Rescuers Down Under is like Australia's Lion King. Like everyone down there knows every line of this movie and owns the soundtrack and hails it as the greatest Disney movie ever made. That's fun to think about. Anyway, the lizard jailbreak is thwarted a second time by Joanna, and her animation is amazing and hilarious, and she is slowly becoming my favorite character in this movie. There's an animation error where the lizard drops the keys, but he jumps on Joanna's back and he suddenly has the keys again. McLeach plans on sticking the kid into an anthill to make him talk. Wonderful visual. Back at home, the police bring the kid's backpack back to his mother, but we don't see their heads. They're cut off at the neck. This is dipped into Muppet Baby territory. McLeach comes up with a new plan and lets the boy go, saying he heard the mother eagle got shot this morning, so he doesn't want the kid anymore and tells him it's a shame, the eggs will all die. So like a chump, this kid obviously starts heading towards the eggs to save them while McLeach and Joanna creep behind him. Unnoticed in their 2-block-long rumbling Mad Max mobile. Jake, B, and B just show up as the kid is leaving under his own free will. Well, they came here for nothing. Wow, looks like a little Nemo animation now. The kid gets back to the nest and the eagle mom comes back. He's excited, but the rescuers who secretly hitchhiked on the Mad Max mobile come up to warn him it's a trap, but it's too late. Wouldn't a better plan have been to chew through the wires and cords on the villain mobile to stop him from following the kid? I think my favorite scene so far in both of these rescuer movies is when they go to save Penny in Rescuers 1. And she's so excited. She's like, oh, yay, help. Did you bring the police? No. And into the bucket she goes. Anyways, it's too late. McLeach is upon them and fires a net and catches the eagle. The way McLeach talks to his lizard Joanna is hilarious and making me want to see more of them and less of the rescuers. Joanna goes looking for eggs, finds a nest, and tries eating them, but they're too hard. I don't know why I'm so invested in Joanna, but I'm loving this character. The eggs are too hard to eat, so she tail whips one of them off the cliff. Triple homicide. She don't care. McRib, no. McGavin, no. McLeach captures Bianca and Jake and the kid, and here we have McLeach lowering the kid into a pit of crocodiles. Oh, rescuers, you never disappoint. At least this seems more playful, like he's not actually in any real danger, unlike Penny in the bucket. I spoke too soon, this is dark. But Bernard with the save, now he's fighting Joanna, and McDLT tries to shoot the rope, dropping the kid into the croc water. Bernard keeps kicking and knocks McDeluxe and Joanna into the croc water, but not before the kid also falls in. McLeach floats away laughing as Joanna sadly waves goodbye. Hilarious. McDouble and the kid go over the waterfall because of course there's a waterfall, but the eagle saves the kid and Bernard. For the 2 seconds that Bernard is the hero, he hammers out his marriage proposal right in front of Jake. Bianca says yes, and Jake gives him a thumbs up and says, well done, mate, which is hilarious. And it's over. The score of this movie was solid. They didn't have any songs, which was weird. And hold on, neither did the original Rescuers. This was a good movie. Weird Disney movie, but so was the original. So it stayed true, I guess. Even when the kid was about to be horribly torn apart by hungry crocodiles, the score kept the mood light, and I don't know, it was more friendly. One of the most violent Disney movies, it was still good. I think kids and adults could watch this and adults won't be bored and kids won't be too traumatized for life, which seems like an avenue the original refused to walk down and opted instead to stick Penny in a bucket and put her in the hole along with my childhood innocence and my ability to see good in the world. But at least Penny came back up.
That's what I think about.
What do you think?
What we have is a concern about Curtis Anderson. His interviewing style is not the best. His personal appearance is not the best. I was wondering if the man has some kind of a hold over the channel that he's allowed to be employed for so long with the standards of journalism